Hello everyone, this is Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent for this battle is going to be 6ftHax once again, and this is going to be in the UU tier this time. The last time I battled him was in the NU tier, so we decided to do UU this time. And I'm going to bring a team that has Sharpedo in it, obviously, and he's going to bring a team that has not only Hydreigon, but he also has Roserade, which is actually really scary, because that Roserade, I would know, is actually a huge threat, even in UU, even though this thing is RU at this point. But yeah, bottom line is that I know that thing is a threat. He also has Mega Aerodactyl, which is really fast, and not to mention his entire team is just full of power, and my team, while it's offensive, it's not bulky enough to take everything forever. And not to mention, while I do have a couple walls there, they don't have reliable recovery either, so that just makes things a lot more complicated for me. But anyways, I'm gonna lead off with Goodra here, and he's gonna lead off with the shield that is Hydreigon. And here I definitely switch out because I do not want to take a high Draco Meteor. I was gonna say Hyper Voice, but no, Draco Meteor, and I switch into Sylveon. He's gonna go for the U-turn, predicting that switch, which is pretty good in his part, but still annoying for me, honestly. And he's actually going to send in Rosa. This is exactly why it's annoying, because he pivots and now he's going to get a free switch into Roserade, which sucks. And now I'm forced to switch out again, which is really annoying. So I'm going to go back into Goodra and hope to take a Sludge Bomb. But he actually goes for Spikes, and I was like, oh great, this is a Spikes Roserade. This is going to be really annoying. Now here he's going to switch out and he's going to go into Empoleon. And here, this gave me the instant impression that what he wants to do now is just go for Stealth Rocks. I went for Flamethrower on the off chance that he stays in with Roserade, but he actually switches out into Empoleon. And like I said, I felt like he might want to go for Stealth Rocks now that he got Spikes up, so I hard switch into Decidueye. Even if he has Ice Beam, well then rip my Decidueye, but I needed to get rid of these hazards. I'm guessing here he actually anticipates that switch into Decidueye and actually goes into Heraboss, which is this freaking Heracross. And my guess is that this thing has knockoff, and I don't want to lose any item on anything else, so here what I'm going to do is just go for Defog and hope I can live a knockoff, which I do, which allows me to go for Defog. But unfortunately now this Decidueye is literally useless, and it sucks because honestly this thing could have put in work against the Suicune, which is one of the most annoying monsters I have to deal with, honestly, in every battle that I have. But yeah, here I switch out Decidueye though, because I could use this for Death Fodder, and I do switch in Arcanine, so I can get an Intimidate off and reduce the power of Knockoff. This is an offensive Arcanine with Choice Band, but I still run Intimidate just to get lower attack stats on free switch-ins with Arcanine, so yeah. Here he goes for Knockoff, knocks off my Choice Band. He is going to switch out and go into Cesaro, which is this Aerodactyl. And I do anticipate this switch, so I went for Wild Charge. There was also the possibility he can go into Suicune, so I just went like, yeah, let's just go for Wild Charge. Plus, I lose nothing for going for it anyway, because what's he gonna do with Heraboss? Nothing. So, yeah. Here I go for Wild Charge. It almost KOs the Mega Aerodactyl here, but I was able to E-speed it here, thanks to the fact that he knocked off my Choice Band, which could have locked me into Wild Charge, but at the same time it would have KO'd either way, so it was either knock off the Choice Scarf and get E-speeded, or just don't knock off the Choice Scarf, or Choice Band, not Choice Scarf, and just get Wild Charged. But it was one or the other. He had no way out of that. But yeah, here he goes into Suicune after I took out the Aerodactyl, and I just sent in Decidueye to sack it. And now here I'm just going to go into Goodra. And here I think I double switched, expecting him to think that I have Thunderbolt on this Goodra, seeing how I switched it in on this Suicune. But he actually just stays in and goes for Calm Mind, and I was like, good thing I at least switched into Swampert, because if I didn't, then I don't know what I'd do with this thing, honestly. Because this thing is a +1 right now in special attack and special defense. And now he's going to go for Scald, which is going to unfortunately burn my Swampert, which sucks because now this thing is going to get chipped down really quickly. But I do go for the Roar though, just to get rid of this +1 that it has right now, because this Suicune, if it gets going, it's going to be annoying. You guys all know that already. But I'm actually going to phase him into Hydreigon, which sucks. And now here, I kind of was a little bit afraid of him just trying to go for Dark Pulse, so I switched into Sylveon here. But he actually predicts the switch and just goes for the U-turn again. So that's, like, yet again, very annoying. Like, a lot of pivoting teams really kind of annoy me, honestly, just because they always seem to be able to get a free switch in. And then here, I just lose all kinds of momentum, so it's like, damn it. Here, as you can see, he just gets a free switch in the Roserade again on my Sylveon, which is really annoying. And now I have to sack Arcanine because I do not want to take a Sludge Bomb. Which sucks that I sacked it, because honestly this thing could have put in work against the Empoleon and maybe even the Suicune, honestly. But I felt like Sylveon might have been useful as well, considering he still had the Hydreigon as well. So here what I'm going to do now is just go into Sharpedo. And here I actually misplayed a little bit, because here I should have figured that the Psychic Fangs would have been too obvious, considering I switched in Sharpedo on a Roserade. And I don't think Sharpedo can take out a Roserade with a Crunch, unfortunately. So I kind of was thinking, you know what, he'll probably stay in. But the Psychic Fangs was way too obvious, and as a result, he was able to switch out and go into Empoleon, which sucks, because had I gone for Crunch and maybe even gotten a Defense Drop, I probably could have pressured him to switch out again. Now here, as a result, I'm forced to switch out and go into Swampert just to take a Scald. He does roar me and phase me into Goodra now. He gets leftovers. And I think here, this is the part where it's kind of really annoying for me, because what I'm going to do here now is just start to spam Flamethrower, because I do not want to switch in any of my Mons on a Scald. Here he goes for Stealth Rocks, which was what I didn't want him to do in the first place. And here I just went for Flamethrower, because first of all, this Empoleon has not taken any damage whatsoever. So I'm like, damn it, I want to get some more damage on this thing. Here I go for a second Flamethrower, because I was like, you know what, I just want to weaken this Empoleon, at least to put it in range for my Sharpedo to just crunch it without Mega Evolving, because I still need to preserve that speed boost in case I really need to abuse it, because he keeps switching around every time I send in Sharpedo, and it's like a lot of his mons can simply just take a lot of hits that Sharpedo has, which sucks, honestly. Here I go for a third Flamethrower. He just kept going for Scalds, which is, yeah, annoying. Here he finally gets a burn with the Scald, so it just worsens the condition of my Goodra at the very least, because it's now going to get crippled much quicker. Not as badly as Toxic, but still, it's just kind of annoying. Now here, I actually mispredict a little bit and actually go for Dracometer. For some reason, after going for 3 Flamethrowers in a row, I kind of figure he'll probably want to try to be kind of cheeky and actually switch in Hydreigon on the Flamethrower, thinking I'm getting kind of desperate, but actually I got more desperate trying to overpredict him, so as a result, I just misplayed, and now I'm at -2 with Goodra, and he just got to go for another Scald for free. Which, this actually made me choke once again and actually go into Swampert. And which sucks, because honestly, I think even though I got -2, I think I should have just stayed in with Goodra and just try to finish it off. Because if he went into Hydreigon or something, I would have just been able to switch out, honestly, and then get a free switch into Sharpedo. And since this Empoleon was weakened enough, there was no need to just sack Swampert, honestly. I could have just stayed in with Goodra and just keep going for Flamethrowers, since he didn't seem to have Ice Beam anyways, so yeah, it really sucks. And as a result, I lost Swampert. I go into Sharpedo now that I lost Swampert. Go for Crunch. He stays in and sacks Empoleon. Now he's going to go into OG, which is, yeah, once again, this annoying-ass Suicune. And I'm going to be forced to switch out because I do not want to take a Scald from this thing. I do go into Goodra now. And then here, I think I just go for the... not Scald. Here, I'm actually going to go for the Dragonium Z. Just because I figure he might stay in, but he actually switches out and goes into Hera Boss. So I was like, crap, sling it. The plan here was that I actually go for this Devastating Drake, so that way I can just get as much damage as I can on the Suicune as possible, just because I wanted to freaking weaken this thing, because I didn't want this thing to just get a Calm Mind up afterwards. If he went for Calm Mind and then I went for the Devastating Drake, I would have been able to maybe knock it out completely with either a Sludge Bomb or another Dracometer or something. But he just sacks this thing, and he just basically makes me waste my Z move, kind of, because this Hera Boss was full of almost full HP, so it wasn't a complete waste. But I kind of wanted to use it for this Suicune, because this thing was actually what I was concerned about. He does have Ice Beam, and it outspeeds my Goodra, which kind of tells me it's probably not even defensive either, which gave me an idea. Here I'm gonna send in Sharpedo and just go for Protect, just to kind of guarantee that I have a +1 speed. Or just in case this thing is scarfed for some reason. So I go for Protect right here, not risking anything, just getting that speed boost. And now here, he's actually going to surprise me and go for Tailwind. I was like, say what? Give me a freaking break. What I do now here as a result is that now I just have to switch out. Go into Sylveon. And hope he goes for Scald, because that's kind of what I was anticipating now that he got that freaking Tailwind up. Now here, I don't get burned thankfully with Sylveon. And now here, what I'm going to do now is just switch back into Sharpedo, just because, honestly, this thing, I feel like it's going to go for a Calm Mind, and I do not want this thing setting up. even though it is gonna get a Calm Mind up here. But that's better than me having to take another Scald. Because now what I'm gonna do here is Protect once again. It's just to stall out this annoying ass Tailwind that he's set up right now. And yeah, I'm gonna Protect once again. And he's gonna try to go for Scald here this time, thankfully, because the Tailwind was still up, and now the Tailwind is gone. I get a speed boost, and now what I'm gonna do here now is just Mega Evolve and go straight for the attack. Because honestly, I don't want this thing doing anything else. Thankfully, this thing didn't have Substitute, because if it did, I probably would have been in bigger trouble, honestly. So here I'm gonna Mega Evolve into Mega Sharpedo and just go for Crunch. Hopefully it does over half. It does do over half, which pretty much testifies it being offensive as opposed to defensive. Because defensive, it doesn't even take half, honestly. Which is really, really annoying in most Suicunes. So yeah. It gets the defense drop, which doesn't matter. It would have mattered if it was a defensive Suicune. But, you know. Here I'm going to just take it out. And here he's going to go into Suicune once again. Not Suicune. The Hydreigon, dumbass. Seriously. And here I actually misplayed really, 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 really hard. For some dumbass reason, I thought he was actually going to go for a Dart Pulse just to finish off my Sharpedo because it seemed to be kind of weakened or something. But he actually went for U-turn, which I kind of forgot he had. Even though it was annoying me throughout the entire battle when he kept getting free switches into Roserade like he does right here. So this was one of the dumbest plays in this battle, honestly. I tells you, I'm not perfect. But here I just go for Protect just to see if he's going to go for Sludge Bomb or even Spikes or something. But he's just going to go straight for the Sludge Bomb because here at this point he knows that he's just going to be able to finish off my Sylveon, which sucks. So here I'm just going to lose Sylveon to a Sludge Bomb, and now I'm just going to send in a Mega Sharpedo that has no speed boost and just going to finish this thing off with an Ice Fang, and then Scarf Hydreigon is going to come in and just eat my face alive with a U-turn, which sucks. So yeah, that's going to be the whole game, man. Good game to 6ftHax as usual. There was a lot of misplays in this battle. I'll admit that I don't think I should have sacked the Goodra, honestly, or sacked the Swampert on the Empoleon, honestly, because I forgot that the thing was also torrent boosted by the fact that it was low in HP and stuff. So I should have just stayed in with the Goodra, even though I was at -2. And if he switched in Hydreigon, it would have. If he went for Draco Meter, it could have. That's where I could have sacked in Swampert, or sacked off Swampert, but I didn't do that. And then here with Sharpedo, I should have probably just went straight for the Ice Fang and hoped to get the freeze or the flinch, which I didn't try. For some reason, I thought he was gonna go for Dart Pulse or even Draco Meter for some reason. I don't know why, honestly. So I switched in Sylveon thinking he would do that, but I forgot that he got U-turn. But what are you gonna do? That stuff happens when you're in the heat of battle. You're just pressured so hard that you kind of just make mistakes. You kind of just choke the battle away sometimes. But you know that just happens. Either way, though, that was still a good game. It was still a 1-0 at least, so I'm fine with that. It's not like I got 4-0 or 5-0 or something, because those are usually the worst when you misplay and it actually leads you to getting demolished. But here, I wasn't necessarily demolished. I just misplayed a little bit, and it costed me the win here, honestly. But it's all good. Good game once again to 6ftHax, and thank you guys all for watching this battle. As usual, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below if you guys want to, and stay tuned for the next battle. And I'll catch you guys later.